Hey friends, welcome back to Turnover Ranch. We're going to start out by saying goodbye here to this lease property and this old hay barn where we've been working out of for the past almost 2 years. It's been really good here. We've learned a lot, and now it's time to move on. Well, here we're going to start out with a little bit of a hiccup. Even before we get moved, the day before we're supposed to do all of our moving, we got some torrential rains around the rock barn. Our ditches were not filled in yet, our holding tank. As you can see, we had quite the mess on our hands. As Cody worked hard to get this water pumped out and sort out some of these hiccups as we got started, we had some family in town who was helping us move here. This was March 2nd, was our big last move day, moving the last of the big pieces of furniture and a few boxes, cleaning our house, and saying goodbye to the little town of Luther. We want to say thank you to everybody who helped us. We had those helping us in person, bringing us meals, helping out with the kids, and even praying for us from afar. We're so grateful for all of those who had a part. As we are driving to the rock barn, you can tell we're getting closer as the trees start to disappear and the land becomes flat. We sure do love it up here. Wow, we made it. We are here. We're healthy and well. All of our animals are here. Our things are here. And we are so excited. Things are definitely a wreck right now. We don't have running water yet, and a lot of things are undone. But we are so relieved to be here all together. Most of our animals had already been moved a couple days prior to us moving, but here are the last 2 horses to arrive and our 1 steer at the moment that we own as our butcher steer. He's lame, but he's going to be awesome for some meat. Just showing you all a little bit of the land, and as the horses arrived, they were so excited to have a lot more land and grass to roam. This video, we're showing you all our first week living at Turnover Ranch. We took a lot of little adventures here and there in between all the work projects. Enjoying looking at all the ponds, checking the pond dams, checking the fences, checking on all the animals. There's a lot of wire down and things they could get into, so we're just making sure everyone's staying safe daily and getting the fence work done as soon as possible and getting things cleaned up. I tell y'all what, we sure aren't going to have a lack of things to do or be bored anytime in the near future, but neither are our children. They are sure enjoying going along with us, whether they're helping or playing along beside us. There is always something to do around here, lots of dirt to dig in and fun things to get into. Here's a quick sneak peek of Cody working on some saddle racks. The tack room was the first room to get complete, and we will be showing you all in one of the videos coming up in the future on our YouTube channel, the inside and out of the complete tack room. That'll be a fun reveal to show y'all, but for now, this is a sneak peek. One of the adventures Cody and Stetson did within the first week was go on a coyote hunt. Stetson had been dying to go with Cody, so Cody definitely made that happen one of the nights. They're able to pull off 1 kill down near Sooner Lake as our property backs up almost to the backside of it. He was sure stoked as he was able to witness his first coyote down with Cody. We definitely made time to do fun things during the days and the evenings like this to make memories and cherish the time, but most of the days were filled with work, although we're grateful that we're able to work together as a family. If the kids are awake, they help alongside or they're playing nearby, and Cody was faithfully working one project at a time. This is one of the old granaries. It was chock full of old rat's nests. Yes, we found a live rat. Several dead ones. Tons of junk in there, boards, poop, cattle stuff, all kinds of things. He scooped it out by hand, extremely dusty, knowing that we didn't have a shower at the end of the day. I couldn't be more proud of him for working so hard. In between doing dirty work like this, he was coming inside to try and finish up. Here he's putting in the dryer vent for the washer and the dryer. And a quick peek we'll be showing you here of the kitchen. Its current condition with boxes everywhere. We have 1 hot plate working at the moment and getting us enough food cooked that we can survive through this first week as we try and unpack and clean up the house and do all the things without water, even have dirty dishes washing with bottled water. After hours and actually days of pumping out water, I don't know how many hundreds of gallons, it felt like we weren't hardly getting ahead. Cody did finally get enough down where the tank was not floating any longer. He did leave quite a bit of water in the ditches, and with more rain coming in the forecast, he went ahead and scooped in the dirt, covering up the ditches so we didn't have any pipes break or more of a disaster as the rain was coming in. Cody worked super hard this first week buttoning up a bunch of projects. In the second week we lived at the barn, there was client horses coming in, so we needed to get some old fencing out and some temporary panels, some corrals and places that would be safe for the client horses to stay until we were able to get some pastures ready for them. So he's working super hard this first week on a bunch of little random projects to try and get things buttoned up and more functional. I couldn't be more proud of him for all the hard work he was putting in, day and even sometimes at night. In this first week, our goal was to get the place completely ready for client horses. In the future videos, we will be showing more of the client horses and the animals around the barn, as well as the projects. But this first week was mostly packed with projects, just preparing for our regular work week to begin. One of the big, dusty, dirty projects that Cody did was scoop out the main part of the barn. This barn had been left open for years and cattle had used it just for a shade barn. So he was scooping out tons of old manure that had sat in there and dried over the years. It was super fine, dirty, dusty powder. He scooped loads and loads out with the skid steer and then cleaned up the edges by hand. This was going to be a tremendous help in keeping our home, which is a little small apartment inside the barn, clean or cleaner in the moment instead of having all of that fine dust. Here he scraped it down to the hard dirt where you can see we have some building supplies and some of our storage out. At the other end, he's scooping off the top layer and hopes to keep some of the bottom for some good footing to start some colts in. Eventually, we would like to get in some sand and ideal footing with some mixture of sand and dirt, but as of now, this is going to work out great. He also completely scooped out the north lean-to all the way down to the hard dirt. Again, that is helping tremendously with all of the dust and dirt. This lean-to is where we'll be building stalls in the future and tying up horses to saddle every single day. The colts we work with, we'll have a washing station here. This is where we'll brush them out. So having a nice clean area is super important. Here you can see there's some old wooden posts as well as some old barbed wire and like a woven wire and some hog panels. It was kind of a mixture of wire all coming down and it was a hazard to any horses. This is the area we're wanting to make our corrals and some horse pens, so we needed to pull all of it out in order to start over. We'll be showing you in the next few moments a quick process of us pulling it all out as a family one evening. Here I took a few videos from a couple of different angles just of like the surroundings so you could kind of get your bearings and see what things look like. As the videos progress in the weeks to come, we'll be tearing out more of this and building more corrals and more pens. So I just kind of wanted to show you all what the original state looked like and so you can see the progress as it comes along. You'll also see the huge brush pile out back and the piles of manure. That manure is all what Cody scraped out of the barn, and the huge brush piles are trees he cut down that were along the side of the barn that were starting to go into the side of the roof and break down the gutters and things. So we need to clean those out. We do plan to keep this one mulberry tree. We hope that it survives and stays alive. It'll be hopefully in the middle of our horse pen, and it will provide them some shade whenever they are caught up for the day. All of this wire is so old. A lot of it was broken and just patched up from years and years of use. It's no good anymore, so Cody has piled it all up. We do have plans on using a lot of these old posts out for our gate entry one day, so you can be on the lookout in the months or years. I'm not sure how long it will take for us to get that accomplished, but we do have some big plans for those. We are keeping all of those for some future projects. Yes, we do allow kids around the tractors, the skid steer, etc. Sure, the great-grandparents are pretty nervous about it, and maybe some of you city folk too. But for us, it is a way of living, and we do our best to be safe, but we also teach our children safety and respect around animals and large equipment. Whew, and we've made it through our first week at the Rock Barn. We had to take a trip back to Luther, one final sweep through our house to make sure everything was good to go, and it was time to go sign the paperwork. We're very grateful that our place sold there. We did celebrate by picking up some chicks on our way home and continuing to build up Turnover Ranch. Stetson could not be more excited, and he's already claimed this gray little chick as his best friend, and daily he brings this chick inside. He doesn't like holding the other chickens. It's this gray chick. He and this chick are going to be friends forever. We sure hope that this chick makes it alive for more than a couple of days. Thanks so much for joining us in today's video. If you're new here, we hope that you enjoyed the video and that you would subscribe to stick around and watch the future ones. If you are a faithful watcher, thanks for joining us again for another video with Turnover Ranch. We're excited to continue showing you life here as we settle in day by day and week by week. Of course, we'd love it if you subscribed and stuck around. We do post every other Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.